Show starts in 5 minutes.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go!
It's 3 minutes till showtime.
Men, there's a drive-in movie full of juicy people. Wow! It's a trap! Help! It's Pick! We've had it, men.
A pleasant aroma for you, but not for mosquitoes. Pick is easy to use. Light it and forget it. Pick's aroma keeps mosquitoes, gnats, and sandflies away. Pick is the best protection for barbecues, fishing and camping trips, or just relaxing in the yard.
So if you don't want our company ever anywhere, just light Pick and see what I mean? Bye!
Pick is on sale at the refreshment stand now. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Today we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anywhere.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
And now, on with the show.
yes, hello, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Multiplex of Madness. It is it's the second part of season 13 for the movie quiz. And yes, I am I did I have my pass in the hat in the beginning because I always forget to. Ever since we have not been doing characters. That's what the characters were originally for in the old days of the show, as a way to make donations fun. But I don't do it anymore, so I always forget to ask for donations. If the link is broken, I can give you my direct. I'll put up I'll post Venmo later, and I appreciate it. I really hate asking for money. That's why I try to make it like a fun. Try to make it fun, but I don't have the means at the time. So thank you. And if not, don't sweat it. So welcome back. If you are new to the game and you've never played Multiplex of Madness style, the way it works is it's a regular game, except I've written basically 3 games worth of material, and you are going to vote and choose which category we do round by round, and ultimately over 3 weeks we will do all of them. But it's called Multiplex of Madness because it's like a multiverse. We don't know what game we're going to get tonight. We'll get any kind of combination of different rounds. So let's do it. Let's jump in. Let's head over to the movie theater here and put it into where is my this is they're always changing this they're always changing week to week. Here, hang on. Let's go in-game. We're going into in-game mode here. There it is. And it's appropriate again because we've got it's the Multiplex of Madness. So we got Doctor Strange. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. So let's jump into our first choice of the game. So our first round for this next mini season. Oh, and before we start our second mini season, congrats to the winners of last mini season, Han Still Solo. They won by just like a little bit, just like a few points, and they got themselves the Yaddle card. So they can play that Yaddle card in the finale at the very end of this season. All right, so first we are going to choose. This is going to be our Choose Wisely round. So the first round for the next 3 weeks is always going to be multiple choice. Excuse me. And so our options here, we're doing non-Christmas holidays. That's going to be our Choose Wisely round. And so you choose. Do you want a round? I've got a round about 4th of July in movies, Thanksgiving in movies, and New Year's in movies. So you tell me what you want. And then we will open that door. We will open the door to that theater. All right, it was close. Very, very close. By a score of, let's see. Oh, it pulled ahead in the end. The winner, the door that we are opening tonight is the 4th of July. We will be opening the 4th of July portal. Hang on. There we go. By a score of 7-5-1. All right, so I think it's the very first one there. So let's jump right in to our Choose Wisely, our first Choose Wisely of this Multiplex of Madness, 4th of July. All right, here we go with question number 1. What is Chief Brody's first name in the ultimate 4th of July movie, Jaws? Is his name Michael, Matthew, Martin, or Marcus? Which one of those is Chief Brody's name? Going back to the original style of Multiplex of Madness, which was started as at the live show in Brooklyn. Was that 2 years ago already? Oh my God. Where I did it for the sake of time. I made everything multiple choice, and it worked out. And so I figured, why not do it again? All right. So he is Martin Brody, not Marcus Brody. Marcus Brody is from Indiana Jones. There will be there's a lot of Indiana Jones over this multiplex over the next 3 weeks. I have a theory though that it's Martin Brody, right? I have a theory that it's just headcanon that Marcus Brody is Martin Brody's father, because it would time out, right? Because he was alive in 1939. You figure Roy Scheider, probably like what, 45 in 1975, born in 1930, right? It jives. I think it jives. All right, let's move on to question number 2. What primary weapon does the hang on? There we go. What primary weapon does the vengeful fisherman use to dispatch the manslaughtering teens over the holiday weekend in I Know What You Did Last Summer? Does he use a harpoon, a boning knife, an anchor, or a hook? What is his preferred weapon? How's everybody doing? Everybody's doing good. Hopefully you had a good 4th of July, which we're talking about here. All right, so he is a fisherman, but he doesn't use any of these other aquatic or marine tools as weapons. He uses a hook. He's the hook-handed killer. If you've ever seen, there's a third one. I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, which makes even less sense grammatically, but it becomes supernatural suddenly, like the fisherman was resurrected. Anyway, moving on. Question number 3. In Live Free or Die Hard, the villains pick Independence Day to unleash a systematic attack on the U.S.'s cyber infrastructure. That's called what? Is that attack called a fire sale, liquidation, hard reset, or clear cache? What do they call that cyber attack that they perpetrate on the 4th of July? Oh, interesting answers. Interesting answer coming in here. All right, so one of these is the actual answer, obviously, and with the other 3, I just kind of made up. We had everyone either went with fire sale or hard reset, and it is fire sale. Fire sale, because everything must go. That's what Justin Long. I just watched this the other day as it was my July 4th movie. So that movie sucks a lot, but the PG-13 version sucks a lot. It actually is greatly improved if you watch the unrated cut, because they're dropping F-bombs. It's more violent, more bloody. They don't muffle the yippee-ki-yay line, and it just feels a little more like a Die Hard movie just by having coarser language and a little more violence. All right, question number 4. What is the subtitle of Independence Day's belated 2016 sequel? Is it called Independence Day Resurrection, Revival, Resurgence, or Rebirth? I would have honestly, though, if they wanted to go, since they wanted to cut it down to a PG-13, I would have been okay with it if they just went yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. If they actually put yes, and it is good until that's where it tips, where he hits the helicopter with the car is where it starts tipping into getting ridiculous, and then it's just like he's jumping onto a fighter jet. I know that there was I'm never really an Office fan, but I know that there's a whole diatribe from Michael Scott about the deterioration of Die Hard from realism or realism down to the insanity of Die Hard 4.0, as it's called in every other country, because Live Free or Die Hard barely makes sense in America and would make less than no sense anywhere else. All right, so the sequel to Independence Day was Independence Day Resurgence. Independence Day Resurgence was the name of that movie. Oh, good. Almost everybody got that. Nice. All right, we're halfway through round 1 already. Here we go with question number 5. What is the goopy name? Pardon me. What is the goopy nickname of the primary reanimated corpse in the July 3rd set horror comedy Return of the Living Dead? Is that guy called Tarman, Mr. Muck, Sir Sludge, or Gunko? What is that? He's like, most of his skin is melted off. I don't think I've ever actually seen Return of the Living Dead all the way through. But I love like punk tinged movies of that era. Oh, interesting. This one's proving harder than I thought. Interesting. A lot of people, these other ones I just made up. I made this shit up. But most people went with Gunko. I'm not glad you got it wrong, but I'm glad that was the last one I came up with, and I'm glad it sounded so legit because it's actually Tarman. Tarman is go look up Tarman. I should have programmed in a picture of him or something, but he's goopy and disgusting and awesome, and he's Tarman. Gunko though, we can make Gunko happen. Let's put it in your back pocket. Question number 6. What city is the 4th of July weekend destination of the main characters in the 2014 comedy Girls Trip? Are they going to Atlanta, Houston, New Orleans, or Nashville? What city is the 4th of July weekend destination in Girls Trip? They're there for the Essence Festival. I should have put that in the question because maybe that'll help someone get it right. But I'm saying it now. I'm so happy to be doing this. This is so much more work than any other. The first week of a Multiplex of Madness game is season or mini season is always horrible because I have to write 3 games and make all these these graphics over here and all that. But then I love it. I love the unpredictability of it. All right, so in Girls Trip, Queen Latifah, Tiffany Haddish, Jada Pinkett, and whoever else is in that movie, I forget. They're going to New Orleans. They're going to NOLA, is where the Essence Festival is. All right, we got 2 questions left in this round. Here comes question number 7. David Fincher's Zodiac opens with a tense sequence of the serial killer attacking a couple on July 4th of what year? Was that July 4th, 1966, 69, 72, or 74? Maybe you watched this. I saw a letterboxed conversation about people's July 4th movies. And a fair amount of people said this. Yeah, Gunko does look like the Gunko. Yeah, was that guy? He's like a fudge man, right? He's like a fudge swamp monster or something. All right. Well, this one, Zodiac, actually kicks off in 1969. 1969 is your answer. All right. And our final question of the round. All of these adaptations of Broadway musicals have at least a partial July 4th setting, except for which one? So which one does not have a meaningful presence on July 4th? Is it Hamilton, In the Heights, 1776, or The Music Man? Which one does not? Pardon me. So this one actually really surprised me when I was looking it up because I kind of wrote one. I wrote one answer in thinking it was obvious and then did the research and dug in, and I was wrong. It had to become the odd one out. It turns out there is no real, just passing references really to 1770s July 4th in Hamilton. I guess because Hamilton wasn't there, so it wasn't really part of his But Lin-Manuel's other musical, In the Heights, does take place on July 4th weekend. So kind of an interesting shift there, right? So okay, let's take a look at our scores and standings here as we head into the picture round. We've got there's all these. Hang on, I gotta do. I can't see it because there's so many rounds from my perspective. The movie. I'm going to look at what you guys are seeing. And we've got Looney Tunes with 2, Welky, and We Couldn't Get a Babysitter with 3, Franklin's Servants, Shenanigan, and Chris the Curator all with 4, Avis and Bobo, Barf Bag, and The Helsinki Syndrome with 5, Powder from the movie Powder, and Stallone with 6, and Sterling Cooper and Marley's Chains tied atop the leaderboard with 7. All right, so that brings us to our next choice portal. Our next choice portals. Our next choice portal is inspired by our fugitive. Our graphic this season. It's a Harrison Ford round. So it's all about it's a picture round where you are for all 3 weeks, you're going to identify the Harrison Ford movie by either his kids, his love interest, or his villain in the film. Okay, so that's what you are going to choose. Hang on, what's going on? Oh, there we go. Make your choice. Harrison Ford movies by kids, love interests, or villains. Which one do you want? Interesting. I'm just telling you now, there will be some week to week. There will be some dupes. There will be some that will show up in the same movie, but you're going to see it from, okay. So we have a tie here. We do have a tie between Open the Portal got more votes than kids. Yikes. So we got love interests versus villains. Which one do I want? Because I have to, oh God, last time I did this, I would say that I was Kamala Harris, but now I got to say I'm JD Vance, and I really don't want that. I'm a theoretical vice president. I'm going to go with villains. Let's go with Harrison Ford movie by villains, which I believe is this one here. Yes. Okay. So this one is called "I Hate These Guys" as a nod to the Nazis. "I hate these guys" line from Last Crusade. So you just name the movies, but this is going to go for all of these rounds over the next 3 weeks. If it is a Star Wars, Indiana Jones, or a Blade Runner movie, you have to be specific. You have to be specific to get that point. Okay, you got to name the correct one of the movies in the series. All right, so I am going to give you let's see, I've already been talking for a bit, so we're going to say 3.5 minutes for this one. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Now be specific about those movies, if they're Indiana Jones or Star Wars or Blade Runner. All right, so good luck. You got about 2 minutes. It's a little under 2 minutes left in this Harrison Ford villains round. A little under a minute now, gang. Just under a minute to go. The music was shorter. It was shorter than. All right, but I am going to start that timer in just a few seconds. Hang on, let me put myself back in the mix here. We're going to start that timer. Let's see. I think it is just about time now. So you got 15 seconds to either submit if you have not yet, or to send to change any of your answers if you'd like. All right, so time is just about up on this Harrison Ford villains round. So let's go over your answers before we open up the results and show you how you did. All right, so your first villain there, that is Mr. Gary Oldman as the Russian comrades, and I forget his name in it. Or he's not, he's not Russian. Is he? He's like, I forget. But that's in Air Force One. Number 2, that is Jabba the Hutt in Return of the Jedi. Specifically, Return of the Jedi is the movie that Jabba is in with Han Solo. Number 3, that's Frederick Sykes, the one-armed man in The Fugitive. Got you actually fugitived here. Number 4, that's Mads Mikkelsen playing Voller, I think is his name. That's Dial of Destiny. That's the most recent one. Number 5, that's Alan Tudyk as wait, where is it's not showing me your answers. It's Alan Tudyk in 42. He's the racist manager of the Phillies in 42. Number 6, that is the most recent Harrison Ford movie. That's Captain America. That's Captain America: Brave New World. That's the leader. Number 7, that is Pris from Blade Runner. That is Pris from Blade Runner. And number 8, that is Harrison himself as the villain. One of the only times, if not the only time, that he's played the villain in the movie in What Lies Beneath. He's you could see him trying to drown Michelle Pfeiffer there. So we got Air Force One, Fugitive. Captain America was the lowest one. That's not super surprising considering it would kind of flopped. All right, before we go on to the before we read scores for the halfway point of the game, let's make your next choice in the lightning round. So this is our four questions, our quick 4-point round. And so your theme for the lightning round is face cards, and your themes, it's not a lot to go on, but it's King, Queen, and Jack. King, Queen, and Jack are your choices for this one. So let's see what we come up with. Pretty even split so far in the voting. I know it's not a lot to go on. Kind of a pin the tail on the donkey blindfold moment. All right, this is okay. Well, it's another tie, but I get to choose. It's another tie between Queen and Jack. Okay, which one do I want? Which one do I want to do? Let's go with Queen. Let's go with Queen, gang. All right. So your this one is all about the band Queen and where Queen intersects with movies. All right, and I've got 4 different questions for you here. So let's see them. Question number 1: of its 5 nominations, what is the only Oscar category that Freddie Mercury's biopic Bohemian Rhapsody did not win? It won 4 out of 5. What did it not win? Number 2: what is the nickname of Wayne and Garth's AMC Pacer, where they famously bang their heads to Bohemian Rhapsody? 3: what 1980 sci-fi adventure film's 18-song soundtrack was made entirely by Queen? And number 4: what Queen song underscores a battle with a zombie in the Winchester pub in Shaun of the Dead? All right, so you've got those. You've got those 4. Because they're separate, they require separate thought, unlike the lightning round. Sometimes I'm going to give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes for this one. All right, so think it over. Make sure that you put them in the right order. Although, I mean, I guess I'll know which one is which. So best of luck, gang. All right, gang, you got about a minute left. And someone messaged me in that they did not get Air Force One. I fixed it. You got your Air Force One point. Sorry about that. Because there was extra words in it, it marked it incorrect. Didn't catch it. And then I didn't either. There's a tiny. Let's see. All right, it is just about time to start that timer. So let's put 15 seconds on the clock now. You have that amount of time to get your answers into me. 4 Queen questions. All right, so that is just about time for that. And yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to spoil this movie from the year 2000. I really got to watch those spoiler alerts. All right, so let's take a look at your answers. I'm glad a lot of teams got the Wayne and Garth one. And I'm just looking at your answers now, making sure that everybody's getting their points. All right, so let's just open it up because let's see your results here. The only thing it didn't win, it was nominated for Best Picture. It was nominated for Best Picture, for better or worse, and it did not win. It won Best Actor, Best Editing, which was baffling. The Wayne and Garth's car is the Mirthmobile. Queen did the soundtrack to Flash Gordon. They also did the soundtrack to Highlander a few years later. And Don't Stop Me Now is the Shaun of the Dead song. All right, so let's take a look now at your scores and standings here at roughly the halfway point of the game. We've got Looney Tunes with 4, Stallone with 8, Shanadian with 9. We couldn't get a babysitter with 10. Did that not, wait, hang on. Did that not grade up everybody's? Yeah, it did. It graded everybody's, right? Okay. Cool. Barf Bag with 10, Franklin Servants with 11, Chris the Curator with 12, Avis and Bobo and Welky with 13, Powder from the movie Powder with 14, Helsinki Syndrome with 17, Sterling Cooper with 18, and Marley's Chains with 19. All right, so that brings us to our next choice. Oh, no, actually, wait. We do have a choice to make, but I forgot to do this at last mini season. So I'm bringing back the halftime double time. So if you want at the halfway point of the game, if you're feeling good about your game so far, you can double your points. It won't help you tonight. You could still. It won't, like, if you have 30 points now or whatever it is, if you have 30 points now, it won't give you 60 points for the night, but it would give you double whatever your final score is for the season. It would double your score tonight in the standings. So let's see. Is anybody doing it? Anybody going for it? Couple teams going for it. So yeah, you get to do this one time. You get one time per mini season. So if I do multiplex or this for the next mini season, each little block of 3 is going to be treated like its own chapter of this season. All right. So most teams choosing not to. Most teams are choosing not to do the doubling tonight, but some are. All right. So that brings us to our puzzle round choice portal tonight. It's going to be mystery rounds. So this is going to be a double layered puzzle, because most of these they're puzzles in their own right, or they have something you got to figure out. But then they are also mystery rounds where there's the first 7 answers have something in common that you have to tie together for the 8th one. All right. So your options are. Yes, these are supposed purposely obtuse. There's yes, there is some MSG, nominee mix-up, and let me be clear. Those are your options. All right, so let's put 15 seconds on the clock. And one of these, I won't say which, but I will say one of them is the first ever. It's going to be the first ever video puzzle round. I've put together a video puzzle round. All right. Again, more teams choosing open the portal. You got to engage in the process of democracy, everybody. You have to. You're literally throwing your vote away if you say open the portal. You're not. I have to put an answer that's nothing. Don't choose the nothing answer. Choose something. All right. Be somebody. All right, so the one that everybody has, that democracy has chosen, we could have the thing is, the portal gets opened either way. The portal is just these doors. So you can. I am genuinely mad right now. That's almost as many people voted for open the portal as they did the winner, and this is why. Well, this is why the country is where it is right now. Don't throw away your votes, gang. All right, but anyway, we've got let me be clear. Let me be clear is your puzzle round. It's probably the most straightforward of the puzzles in this, in the sense that I'm going to give you the name of a movie. It's just like alternate titles. I've just re-described the movie's title in different words. Okay. So you just gotta, and I'm giving you an actor and the year it came out, but file these away, or you could use pen and paper if you want to remember what the 7 movies are. Okay. Cause they're all going to have something that ties them together. All right. So your first movie, your first alternate title is The Seraphim is Currently on the Ground, starring Gerard Butler, 2019. The Seraphim is Currently on the Ground, Gerard Butler, 2019. So just what, and this might be in a series of movies, so you got to be specific. Think about what the words I'm actually using, and I'm going to give you that little bit of a clue there. All right. So yes, like I was saying, this is part of a 3-movie series. It's the Fallen series. Olympus has fallen, London has fallen, But the one here, the seraphim, is angel has fallen. Angel has fallen is the one that we're looking for here. That's what seraphim is. All right. So next, and remember, angel has fallen. File it away. Angel has fallen. Cavernous Collision, starring Morgan Freeman, 1998. Cavernous Collision, 1998, starring Morgan Freeman. All right, and yeah, start thinking about maybe what these movies have in common. All right, time's up. Cavernous Collision, starring Morgan Freeman, is Deep Impact. Deep Impact. Everybody who submitted got that right. Nice work, everybody. All right, it says 71%, but I think we lost a couple people here. All right, question number 3. Casablanca Unresponsive, Channing Tatum, 2013. Casablanca Unresponsive, Channing Tatum, 2013. I'll let you think about these for a little bit. I am looking forward to the video. I won't say which one because I don't want to tip my hand, or I don't want to I don't want to interfere in the electoral process. But I am excited for that one. All right, so Casablanca Unresponsive. What is Casablanca? If you translate it into English, that is White House, and this is White House Down. White House Down is your movie. All right, question number 3. The year Mitt Romney lost the presidential election. John Cusack, 2009. The year Mitt Romney lost the presidential election. I'm gonna go quick on this timer because I think this is good. This is one of the easiest ones here. All right. The year that Mitt Romney lost the election was 2012. 2012 is the movie starring John Cusack. That is from 2009. I'll give you a halfway recap. I don't want to recap all 7 at the end because I think that might tip the hand too much. But we've got Angel Has Fallen, Deep Impact, White House Down, and 2012 so far. All right. Question number 5. Gooberment, Luke Wilson, 2006. Gooberment, Luke Wilson, 2006. All right, so time's up on this one. I was very proud of what a clever little boy I was to come up with this this compound word that hopefully led you to Idiocracy. Idiocracy is your 5th movie. Idiocracy. All right, your 6th movie is Assignment Unachievable, The Ultimate Judgment, starring Tom Cruise from 2025, this year. Assignment Unachievable, The Ultimate Judgment, starring Tom Cruise, 2025. Because that's so easy, I need you to get this perfect to give you the point, right? Because it's easy, you know what I'm talking about, but I need you to get it exactly right to give you the point. Fair? That's fair. This movie came out like 3 weeks ago. All righty, time is up. You all did. You passed with flying colors in this one. You knew that obviously it's Mission Impossible, but it's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning specifically. Final Reckoning is the one that came out earlier this summer. All right, and your final movie, not your final question, but your final movie, Large Competition, starring Samuel L. Jackson, 2014. Now, it's not necessarily, doesn't describe what's happening in the movie, but it's just like a one-for-one synonym translation of this movie. This movie's title. Might not remember this movie. I don't think I ever saw this movie. I remember it coming out, but I don't remember ever. Kind of came and went. All right, so this movie, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Large Competition. It translates to big game. Big game is another way you could say that. Big game. All right, so I'm not going to recap all of the movies. I'll recap the last three. The last three have been Big Game, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, and Idiocracy. Remember what the other ones, the other four were, and tell me, what do these 7 movies have in common? And it's fairly specific. There's like a surface level answer, and then yeah. So yes, there is a surface level answer that is, I think, fairly obvious, but dig a little deeper. Someone submitted one. I'll say someone submitted one that is like the surface level answer, but there's a level deeper than that you can that I'm looking for this one. I'm going to give you a few more seconds before I start that timer. All right, here we go. Let's see how many teams are in. Okay, timer is up. All right, hang on. Let me see. Time is just about up for this. Let me look over the scores here. Okay. All right. Yeah, if there's okay, so there is so the surface level answer to this is that they all revolve around a president in some way. But who are those presidents? You've got Samuel L. Jackson, Danny Glover, Terry Crews, Morgan Freeman twice as the president. That's why its angel has fallen and not one of the other ones. They're all in all of these. The president is black. It's a black president. That's why the hint was that I tried to sprinkle in as many little Obama references as I could. Mitt Romney losing, let me be clear. I was trying to incept you into thinking about black presidents and how every one of these movies has what are the other movies? Yeah, Angela Bassett that's why it's Mission Impossible. Angela Bassett's the president in the newest one. All right, so let's take a look at our scores and standings here before we head to the double points round. We've got Stallone, and we couldn't get a babysitter with 11, Barfbag with 15, Franklin Servants with 16, Krista Curator 17, Avis and Bobo with 19, Powder and Welky with 20, Sterling Cooper with 22, Helsinki with 23, and Marley's Chains with 26. All right, so that's going to bring us to our next choice portal. The next choice portal is for your double points round. Your theme is flora and fauna. Flora and fauna are your themes, and your categories are bad animals, healthy viewing habits, and can't see the movie for the trees. Bad animals, healthy viewing habits, and can't see the movie for the trees. And just a reminder, if you haven't played this style, God damn it, right now there's 2 open the portals and only 1 real vote, and I am seething. I cannot believe this. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna pull the plug on this whole goddamn operation. This is unreal. This is unreal. Right now, there's 9 votes in, and an even third of them is open the portal. I'm gonna have to break a tie. I'm gonna start docking points. I am going to. All right. I'm gonna say this now. Starting next week, anyone who votes for open the portal, I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna make those negative points. I'm gonna do it. I'm sticking to it because right now. Look at this shit. Look at this. Open the portal is tied for first place. Open the portal is tied for first place with bad animals. So going forward, after tonight, you've been warned. Open the portal is a negative vote. I'm gonna change the text. I will turn this car all the way. I will turn this all the way around. Absolutely. And you're going to get, I'm going to dock you. I'm going to dock you. I'm serious. I will do it. All right. So anyway, the people who actually voted for Bad Animals. Bad Animals is going to be our double points now represented. The double points round is now represented by 2 sweaty Jean-Claude Van Dammes. Looking at each other and holding their arms and sides. All right. So Bad Animals. This is standard 2 truths and a lie. There's 2 correct answers, but also a third one. Don't pick that one or you'll wipe out to 0, but you can just pick 1 for the single point if you want to. All right. Question number 1. What actors played the titular misfit who commands an army of vengeful rats in the original Willard and its 2003 remake? So who are the 2 actors who played Willard? Your options are Crispin Glover, Bruce Davison, and Gary Busey. And remember, you don't have to choose both, because one of these I'm sure you'll know. The other one, I'm not even sure I knew this. So you can play it safe. You take the one that you know and bank your point. If you want. Well, you can live dangerously. The only thing you can't do is vote open the portal. Because you'll make me sad and mad. And then where will we be? All right. So the one that most people knew and obviously went with is Crispin Glover, but in the original, it was Bruce Davison, the melting senator from X-Men, was the original Willard. I didn't know that until researching this. So good on you for the teams that did. All right, question number 2. If you want to follow clues to the Holy Grail in Monty Python's 1975 comedy or Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, see, told you there was a lot of Indiana Jones, you'll have to get past which 2 deceptively dangerous small critters? Your options are rabbit, prairie dogs, rats. Which two of these factor into the quest for the Holy Grail in those two movies? All right, time is just about up for this one. This one was pretty easy. I think, and that was borne out in the results here. It's the Killer Rabbit of Carnabog, I think, in Monty Python, and it's the rats. The rats, there were rats, Dad, big ones, down in Sir Richard's tomb in Venice. All right, question number 3. Along with Ben Gardner and Captain Quint, which two young characters are killed by the great white shark in the original Jaws? Your options are Nancy Adams, Chrissy Watkins, Alex Kintner. Who are the two younger people who got eaten by the shark? So lots of Jaws. So both Jaws came up. I have all the Blitz questions too. Maybe we'll do I have a Jaws one in there too. So maybe we'll just keep Jaws going. You don't get to choose that one. I choose it. I'm enacting dictatorship over those. All right. So the young woman who gets eaten, I guess we never see. She gets, we do. She gets partially, she washes up. She's like mostly eaten. That's Chrissy Watkins. And the boy on the little yellow raft, whose mom is old as hell when she comes up and slaps Chief Martin Brody, that's Alex Kintner, right? That mom, not to I'm not trying to shame anybody, image shame it, but that lady's way too old to be that kid's mom. She's not his grandma, she's his mom. When she comes up in the veil and smacks Brody, she's okay. Anyway, people looked like shit 50 years ago, so I guess that's part of it. All right. Question number 4. Stephen King sure loves his vicious animals, like what rabid German Shepherd and what vicious reanimated cat from Pet Sematary. Another one here where there's a very obvious one and a harder one. Yeah, Tutan. Yeah, especially out on Amity Island, soaking up the sun. I think it's smoking is a big, because I've talked about this, I'm sure, but on Twilight Zone, anytime I watch the Twilight Zone, there's some haggard ass looking dude, looks older than I do now, and Rod Serling comes on and it's Peter Johnson, 31 years old. I'm like, 31? Holy shit. Guys beat the hell. All right, so the obvious one here is Cujo, obviously, and then the cat who comes back to life and is a little asshole, more so than a cat normally is. He's Church, short for Winston Churchill. That's the cat's name. Lucky is another from a Cujo ripoff that I found. That's where I found that name, Lucky. What was that called? I can't remember what Man's Best Friend, I think it was called. All right, number 5, moving into the world of the Planet of the Apes. What two bellicose apes wrestle with Caesar for leadership of the primates in 1973's Battle for the Planet of the Apes and the reboot series 2014 entry Dawn of the Planet of the Apes? Your options are Koba, Thade, and Aldo. So these are the two different Caesars, the Roddy McDowell Caesar and the Andy Serkis Caesar. But he butts heads with two of these. I mean, it's different characters. It's a different Caesar in each one. It follows the same. Caesar in the originals is the child of talking apes from the future who come back to 1973 and then give up their baby to Khan. What's his name? Ricardo Montalban's traveling circus. And then when a virus wipes out all dogs and cats and apes become the pets, then Caesar leads a revolt. So that's where all that came from. All right. Anyway, most people knew Koba from the more recent movie. Koba's the chimp who was experimented on. But Fade is not. Fade is Tim Roth in the 2001 Tim Burton movie. But Aldo is he's a gorilla in Battle for the Planet of the Apes, who was played by Claude Akins, the Amco guy. All right. Let's see. Where are we? We got 3 questions left. All right, here we go. Question number 6. Which 2 of these creature features are about a killer alligator or crocodile? One of each. Your options are Crawl, Lake Placid, and the Relic. Yeah, one's a crocodile, one's an alligator in this equation. All right, gang, time is just about up. Wait, what am I getting? I'm getting roasted for something. What did I say? I didn't say Saint Bernard. Oh, did I say German Shepherd? Whoops. Sorry, gang. I meant to say Saint Bernard. I said German Shepherd? Is that what I said? I know he's a Saint Bernard. I do know that. So I see. It's not dog racism. It's just writing 3 shows at once and making a mistake. Yes, you can cancel me for okay. You know what? Fine. I'll admit it. I am a dog racist. All dogs look the same to me, and they're all lazy, and all they want to do is eat food. So sorry, not sorry, but cancel me. All right. Anyway, so the answer here is Crawl and Lake Placid. Crawl and Lake Placid are the Relic is like just some kind of monster, I think. All right. Number 7, we got Sam. We're bringing Sam Jackson back. He shows up a few times in these three games. Samuel Jackson has been killed by which pair of animals in a movie? Your options are shark, giant ape, and snake. I'll check the Cujo question. I'll think about the Cujo question. Okay, so Sam Jackson was killed by a shark in Deep Blue Sea, and he was killed by King Kong. He gets killed by King Kong in Kong Skull Island. All right, and our last question of the round: what are the names of the real-life titular deadly lions in a 1996 Michael Douglas Val Kilmer movie? Your options are Ghost, The Darkness, The Shadow. All righty. Time is up for that one. All right, and I did some adjustments based on my mistake on Cujo. All right, so some scoring adjustments. All right, so these are real lions who hunted people in Africa. That is The Ghost and the Darkness. The Ghost and the Darkness is the name of the movie and is the name of the real life lions. All right, so no, I didn't mean to do that. Hang on, I want to do this. Let's take a look at your scores here as we head into the last section of the game real quick. We've got Shenadian with 9, Looney Tunes with 11, Stallone and Barfbag with 17. We couldn't get a babysitter with 22, Franklin Servants with 23, Welky with 28, Avis and Bobo 30, Chris the Curator with 31, Powder and Sterling Cooper with 34, Helsinki with 37, and Marley's Chains with 41. All right, so that brings us to the post credits blitz. Let's see, what am I going to choose? What do I want to do for this one? Let's do. Where are they? Hang on. Hang on. No. I'm gonna choose these. I'm gonna choose based on what we. Yeah, here we go. Let's do this Jaws one. I've got a Jaws and Indiana Jones based one because we've had a lot of those so far. We had to put them down. Because they were rabid, like the German Shepherd Cujo. All right, name the diving gear that the great white shark from Jaws puts in its mouth that leads to its death, or name the poison fruit that the Nazi saluting monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark puts in its mouth that leads to its death. So for 1 point, you can name the thing that the shark puts in its mouth, or for 2, you can name what the monkey puts in its mouth. Both of those things lead them to die. They die. Sad. Not sad. They're bad. They're bad animals. They deserved it. All right. So time is just about up on this one. So the thing that Jaws, we'll call him Jaws for this, puts in its mouth is an oxygen tank, scuba tank, whatever tank, and bad dates. It was dates that the monkey eats that kills the monkey. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna. What slide am I on here? 78. Let's go to 83. All right, we'll stick with animals here for this one. Whoops, hang on. Sorry, I'm working out the kinks. Ace up your sleeve, right? So we've got animals and face cards here. This one is about Ace Ventura, and it's about animals. What type of animal is the main MacGuffin in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective? For 1 point, or what type of animal is the main MacGuffin in the sequel, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls? All right. Okay. Time is just about up for this one. So in the first movie, he is looking for the Miami Dolphins mascot. He's looking for a dolphin, and in the sequel, he's looking for a bat. A dolphin and a bat are your answers. All right, and let's see. Let's close out with Harrison Ford meets Holidays. Harrison Ford meets Holidays is going to be your last set of questions for the night. Harrison Holidays. Name the holiday parade that Dr. Richard Kimball disappears into to evade capture, just looking for the holiday. What is the holiday that the parade that he disappears into to evade capture in The Fugitive? Or name the Wookiee holiday that Han Solo is trying to get Chewbacca home for in the Star Wars Holiday Special. May not be a movie, but it's cinema. All right. So we had a fair amount. I think we had more teams got the 1 pointer than the 2, which is good. It means I put them in the right order. And it's not the Thanksgiving parade that Dr. Richard Kimball, seen here, dives into. It is it's a St. Patrick's Day parade. St. Patrick's Day and Life Day is the bullshit Wookiee holiday that they are all trying to celebrate. Along with Art Carney and Jefferson Starship and all of them. All right, so that is the end of the game. Let's take a look at your final scores and standings here and see where it landed. We've got Looney Tunes with 11, Barfbag with 17, Stallone with 19, Couldn't Get a Babysitter 24, Franklin Servants 25, Welky with 28, Avis and Bobo with 32, Chris the Curator 34, Sterling Cooper 39, Powder from the movie Powder in third with 40. Helsinki in second with 43. And holding on, but it's pretty close in the end, it's 46 for Marley's Chains. All right, so that brings us to the end of our first multiplex game. It turned out to be very Indiana Jones and Jaws heavy, very Lucas and Spielberg heavy. Let's see where we end up next week. We'll be exploring the other doors that we didn't. We'll have one more set of choices next week, and then we won't have a choice in 2 weeks. So the next 2 games are the next 2 weeks, and that will close out part 2 of this season. All right, so thank you all so much. I hope you had a great game. It's nice to be back, and I will see you here for more multiplex madness next week at 9. McClunky, happy Life Day.